Welcome back to Dirt to Daytona, where we lead most of the laps in every race, find a way to lose. This week, we've got Michigan International Speedway. It's a big boy. Be interesting. Not the most lucky over the last few races. I don't know what else to say. But we continue on. We are leading by just a few points in the standings, but honestly, our goals have more to do with top 5 and wins. And the rest will take care of itself, you know? So, anyway, let's get out there, put down some laps in practice, and we'll see you right before qualifying. Yeah, we can beat those times. All right, here we go. Qualifying lap about to happen. Made a lot of adjustments to the car to get more speed out of it. Just hoping that it can... I mean, I practiced probably 10 or more laps on and off, depending. But we got pretty comfortable with the car, got comfortable with the track. That's all that matters. Not quite where we were. It's really interesting, actually. Our speeds were outside of the draft. We were hitting 206 earlier. That time we only hit 203. Interesting. Well, hopefully it's enough. And it is. Excellent. And that'll be enough for a pole position, so check one box off.
This is the Michigan International Speedway, home to the automobile industry and some great competition. If you like 3 and 4 wide racing, then Michigan's your track. This 2-mile trioval allows for great action with its high banks and wide surface. Located just outside the Motor City, drivers are always hoping to put on a great show for the auto industry here.
Here we go.
There's the green flag.
First gear is shorter than I thought it was. Of course, that doesn't help us then. We didn't get our usual jump. As we're going to 1 and 2. And we're loose. Of course we're loose. Why wouldn't we be loose? So we drop back to 6th place from first after 2 corners. That makes all the sense in the world. Plenty of time to go. Just be patient. That's all I'm trying to do here. There's no reason for me to make aggressive moves up here. We're already all kind of spread out. 100-lap race, 20 laps in the tank, 4 stops.
Stay low. Still there. You're all clear.
Just going to use the draft from Ricky Rudd. Try to pull ourselves up to these two and separate us from the cars behind us. There we go. Looks like Ricky Rudd, Mark Martin, 2 big track cars. Do very well. Going to be our competition for now. See if I can get to his fender.
Still there.
Yes, I can.
All clear.
Except too shallow, so we kind of lost it a little bit there and had to get on the brakes so we didn't run up into him. He decided to go under us, but we're still in 2nd, so that's okay. Make an adjustment here. Just drive it better. I'd like to clear him.
Still there.
I don't think we're going to do it on the outside. Maybe.
Still there.
Yeah, we're getting loose. I should drive it in a little farther, I guess. I remember what track I was just on that I did the same thing. 1 and 2, we got real loose. 3 and 4, we were fine.
Still there.
It's the shape of the track is what does it. There we
All
go.
clear.
There's a couple lap battle, but we got to his inside, passed him through the corner. No contact, no problems. That's nice. That's a good way to start. See if this is better. Yeah. That was better. Drive it in farther. I'm sure we're roughing up the tires, but we're just going to run this one out and not pay attention to the tire wear or anything. We'll just see how the car feels by the end of it. I think the only track that I've ever had them warn me about the tire wear is North Carolina. The Rock. That one is definitely a track that I love and also challenges us equipment-wise. Mark Martin, Tony Stewart still in range. Looks like Ricky Rudd kind of faded. But, I don't know. I mean, we're kind of gapping him a little bit, I suppose. Maybe not. I don't know. Now it looks like Stewart might be gaining on us. Not every car that qualifies out, not in the top positions are going to be slower. I've seen that plenty of times. Car in second place, third, fourth, fifth, all of a sudden, some car way back in 10th place had just a poor qualifying effort, shows up in the front and is there all day, causing havoc. Oh, we've been turned in for that. That's going to cost us some tenths. That sucks. Even the slightest mistake like that can cost us a position at this point. Not that we're going to make more mistakes, but we could, and it could happen, and that would suck. Seven laps in, and we have not really gapped anybody that much. I mean, I can see a lot of cars in my rear view still. That's usually a good indicator that you're doing well. All of a sudden, the cars aren't drawing in anymore. I mean, we're doing just fine, but it's its own challenge. And that's the other thing. This is a D-shaped track, so you have to pay attention if you're in 3 and 4, 1 and 2, different braking points, different speeds. I'll be dazed out at some point and forget. We'll try not to have that happen here in the first run. Well, 13 laps in the tank. Let's speed this one up. First run, we're out in front of everybody. No real action happening anymore. We'll speed it up for you guys, and we'll come back to you when we're getting ready to pit. Caution comes out, not sure what it's for. No reason for us to pit or even consider pitting at this point. Still have over 10 laps, or we have 10 laps left in the tank. It's just no reason. We'll stay, looks like maybe Elliott Sadler, blown engine. I don't know. Anyway, we'll be back after this caution.
Set. The race is going green. There's the green flag.
It was Dave Whiteman who brought out the caution. Not sure what was the problem. Ricky Rudd, the lone lead lap car that pit, but I tend to believe Ricky Rudd pit to make some adjustments because that car was dropping back quite a bit. We've still got 7 in the tank, so we're going to speed things up, and we'll be back on the mic, like I said before, when we are pitting for the first time.
out.
All right, with that caution coming out, not sure what it's for, that actually has us in our pit window. We, obviously coming off the gas going around the corners saves us some gas, and we were ahead of the game, so we'll be able to pit under caution, which is a big deal for us, as we'll come out likely in second place behind Ricky Rudd. So I was wrong about being behind Ricky Rudd. I tend to think he may have pit again. I also should have gone inside there instead of outside, but the only cars that, oh, don't you dare run me up into this wall. Don't you dare run me up into this wall. Unbelievable. This is not what we want. Well, you know what? It's all right. Hold on 1 second. Why'd we get loose coming out of 2? We're fine. Did it even? Nothing. Not even a rub. Why did I not just get past these freaking cars so quickly? And now I'm on the outside. It might benefit us. It could. It may not. Car feels weird. We're fine. Oh, of course, Sterling Marlin decides that this is where he wants to be as well. Whoa. Me and Tony Stewart kind of give Bobby Labonte an issue, and that's going to bring out a caution. Wow. Holy crap. So I was up high. Tony Stewart must have been pushing Bobby Labonte up into me. We're all right. I'm not going to pit. It's, well, maybe now I will. No, we didn't even get a mark on the front for doing that. Okay. So, yeah, that was odd. Yeah, we were touching Labonte, but we weren't, like, we were kind of just both rubbing on each other. I think Stewart may have come up into him just that little extra bit and put him sideways. I'm sitting there watching Labonte, not realizing we went sideways. Thankfully, we didn't get involved in the huge wreck behind us. I digress. We'll see you after the caution. I'm feeling like I want to start on the inside this time, if we can do that without wiping the car out. Hey, made the right decision there, that's for sure. Got a nice jump for the first time. We haven't gotten a nice jump in this race on any of the restarts, so that's good. I'm going high here because obviously, well, I was going to because I thought we'd get a better run out, but then I forgot that we weren't up to speed yet, and now we're just loose, so I'm trying to keep the car from sliding out. See if Rusty could give us enough push to get in front of everybody. And he can. Hold it. All right, that's not great. Well, maybe. There we go. No. No. Just kidding.
Still there.
We're holding on to the lead. We're faster, I guess. Oh, I do have a different ratio. That's why we have a higher top end. All right, so the back end being damaged is going to make it a little loose. That hopefully won't be problematic once we get out in front of Marlin enough and can kind of ease off the aggressive driving that we're doing at this very moment. We'll see. What's going on here? 12 in the tank, 68 to go, right on target. And hopefully like to save like a lap or so on this rest of this run. Just want to be ahead. Well, we took advantage of a late caution in our first run, and that's why we were able to pit under caution. Obviously everyone's in the same situation right now, to my knowledge. I mean, obviously we had some cars that were damaged in the last run, or in the last caution, so we're gonna have, oh shoot, we got a couple cars on pit road. Looks like Ryan Newman. Was that Ward Burton? Hate to see it. I think it was though. So but aside from that, like Harvick, Labonte, they probably went down pit road, so they're going to be off schedule because they got the repairs. Probably, obviously, if you're going to get repaired, you're going to put new tires on, fuel that bad boy up, try to get some form of advantage. But the truth is, they still have to pit just as many times as we do. We don't pit for another 10 or so laps, so it's not really a big benefit for them at this point. And that's why I didn't pit under the first caution. Well, of course, we got lucky on the second caution, but the reason why we didn't want to pit on that first caution was because if other cars, such as Whiteman and them, who are off schedule right now, if another caution doesn't come out, say from now going forward, they have to pit soon, and then we'll pit, and then they'll pit, and then we'll pit, and then they'll pit, and then we'll pit, and then they'll pit, and we don't have to pit that last time. So that's where that off schedule does not work for them, knowing that they have to pit that last time, where we're going to be able to run out the laps. And that's why it's so important that we stick to, if this was a caution fest, short track, Bristol, something like that, then it's a little different. We consider pitting more times than not, just because we know we can expect more cautions to come out. Although we've had multiple cautions in this race, only one that we were involved in. I don't expect that this race continues with those trends, and so I'm not going to work on an off-schedule pit strategy with the hopes that a caution comes out that'll put us back on schedule and in a better position than the rest of the cars are. What would cause that is we pit under caution. The other cars, pit 10 laps. The cars that didn't go under caution pit, say, 10 laps later. Another caution comes out, they're all down a lap. And then we can pit again under caution and be back in line with them and also have them down a lap. But that's a lot of hope on what can happen in the race. Although sad to say, we haven't been doing that anyway. And we've just really caught the shit end of the stick on the last few races. So Richmond, we were lucky. It was just a bad race for me. So you saw that race a couple days ago. I don't know if I lost my focus. I hadn't played the game a lot recently. A lot of stuff, recovering from some health. Cold, COVID, who knows? Just, I was very, very sick, and it's still not completely gone. So anyway, it doesn't matter. I've quarantined regardless, because anytime I'm sick, I do that. I don't want to get my family sick. And so I hadn't played the game in a while, and Richmond was my first race in quite a while, and we just didn't have that focus. And it got sloppy, but we still finished in the top 3 on fuel strategy, so that was pretty good. And then we got to our next track. Thinking that we were going to do well. And wait, did we win that next one? No, that was Charlotte. That was the Coke 600. And 2 mechanical issues caused us to finish very poorly in that race. That and Kenseth putting us up in the wall late. I believe that was that one. Might have been the last race. Because then the last race, Dover, which I love. Oh, we got super loose in the back end there. Dover, which I love, we absolutely dominated that race. And we ended up, in the end, getting really screwed. So, where we at? We got 6 left in the tank. We've got 61 laps. So we are well ahead of schedule right now. Yeah, it's really unfortunate that a race like Dover even happened to us, where we had such a great race, and then circumstance, we ended up with debris on the grill. No, it wasn't debris. It was that freaking random engine thing. I'm telling you, we have another mechanical failure in a row, because we've had 3 mechanical failures, or 4 mechanical failures. Oh yeah, we had a clutch went out at the end of Richmond too. So Richmond, we had the clutch. Charlotte, we had the engine and debris on the radiator, neither of which we had any cause of. And then at the last race in Dover, we had the engine again with 25% damage randomly. So we are 100% about to switch manufacturers, unprecedented, midway through the season. Just, role playing and all that. If we have another mechanical failure in a row, or even in the next couple of races, because I'm done with these issues that we're having. So we're supposed to have 100% reliability, or 100 reliability with the crew we have, and that's the last thing this car has been, is reliable. We come out, we dominate, we're leading in all these races that we're running in, and we end up not finishing with the win. Thankfully, I think it was the Charlotte race, Tony Stewart finished 36th, and so we were able to get the lead from him in the standings. And then even though we finished behind him in the last race, we were able to maintain the lead by a few points. Got 3 left in the tank, and I'm loving the fact that we've got a bit of a cushion here because, in laps wise, because it just makes me feel better come at the end of the race. Hoping that we are able to, we'll be pitting with 55 to go when we cross the line on pit road. I want to take a look at the tire wear. Considering we're smoking them, tire wear isn't that bad. Keep this up. Trying to figure out how, if we're running 20 laps, I mean, we weren't saving anything under caution, because you don't save anything under caution, yet with this track, I'm starting to believe you do save stuff under caution, because we're certainly not saving while we're racing according to the estimated fuel tracker, but we're running, we pit with like 80 to go or 79 to go, and you get 20 laps in the tank, and here we are, 57, about to be 56 at the line, I think. So, interesting. Also, did everyone just drop off and already pit? No. They just dropped off, period. Okay. We will be pitting this time around. It'll be interesting to see if some of these other cars pit, or if they're going to bring it around multiple times, or they pit. I know some of the cars, like Whitehead and them, they just pit, so they're going to get back on the lead lap, but thinking more about the cars that are on the lead lap with us. Also, I didn't really pay attention to where pin entry was here. And is this one of these I need to get down on the turn? Well, maybe not. Oh, maybe not at all. Whoa. Whoa. Wow. Okay, thank you. That didn't go great, but whatever. Number of the leaders are pitting this time around. We're getting right up on the track because that's what they all do here. I don't know why, but okay. No one's behind us anyway. Ward Burton, he's on the track. I actually didn't pay attention to who that was then. We're behind everyone, but they all have to pit. And this is where, like, cars get lapped and things like that with their slower pit crews. That's one thing that doesn't appear to get much better for them. So, for triple-digit cars, Todd Laguerre, for instance, we may lap him, or he may be coming out. Wow, a lot of cars on pit road. It's nice for us. Also, a lot of cars on pit road can be dangerous because they all get on the track right here. And if somebody isn't paying attention, it could be disaster. And then well, I think we're still on the lead lap. Yeah, we're on the lead lap, so that's okay. Caution were to come out, they'd all pit, and we'd be in the lead, likely. It's Elliott Sadler pitting now. Terry Labonte pitting now. A nice 8-second lead on Martin, 9-second lead on Blaney. They have pit, so that's good. Go through a number of these guys real quick. There's Enoch up there. He's about to be a lap down. Echo River, Mike Hovel. I assume just a number of triple-digit cars left. Ooh, Jeff Burton about to pit. Rusty Wallace is going to pit. We are not catching Chris Enoch like I thought we would. There's Sterling Marlin. That was second place. See how far up in front of him we are. We had like a 2.4 second lead on him. We do our pit stop, and we're going to have a gain about 2 or more seconds on him from just our pit stop. That is fantastic. See if I can use Chris Enoch here. We're slightly in his draft. I'm about to be halfway through this race. Ooh. Got loose coming out. That was dangerous. Very scary. Normally, I don't keep turning the car after a certain point. I just kind of let the car wash up the track, especially when no one else is around. So we don't have a lot of triple-digit takers, and I'm wondering if that has more to do with them. Wondering if that has more to do with the fact that maybe they pit under caution. They've got 10 laps before they're going to pit. We are only 4 laps into this run, so we've got plenty of time. We're pitting with 34 or less to go. And we'll have one last pit stop late in the race, which actually, if we keep saving a bunch of gas, we could do one of those off-scheduled pits and still be right in range. We'll see how that goes. Not quite sure yet, but we have been gaining quite a bit on Echo River, and I think it's Ryan Zavel. I don't know if his first name is Ryan, but I'm pretty sure it is. Might be Rick. It's a good question. Something I'll look into after the race, if I remember, which I won't, so never mind. Got a 5.4 second lead on Sterling Marlin, 5.5 now. We had a 2.4 second lead on him when we went in the pit, so that is fantastic for us. Number of triple digit. Oh, we actually had a number of double and single digit cars, and we are back in the lead, folks, so fantastic for us. Those all must have been cars that pit under the caution that I didn't pay attention to. And now they are all gone. Tony Stewart in 5th place, but he's going to drop back as some of those other cars that are all up to speed as he's coming out of pit road are going to pass him. Get up to speed pretty quick at Michigan, though, so that's nice. This is a very fast track. As you can tell, in the draft, we easily get up to 206. There we got to 205. Of course, I was looking more at the speedometer than I was the track, so that's a problem. Let's go ahead and just focus on the track. What do we have left? 13, 12 at the line, I assume. Let's go ahead and speed things up for the rest of this run. Nothing really going on. We have a huge lead. That is fantastic. Of course, that's usually when a caution comes out and spoils our day, but hopefully it won't today. We can just have sheer dominance, and we'll see you back on the mic with you when we are pitting.
Out.
All right, caution comes out, and we are actually in the pit window.
All clear.
It's about to be 39 to go at the line. Although we still have 7 in the tank, it does not matter, and we will pit, leaving us with just one more pit stop left in this race. Folks, I'm not even joking. We now have a brake failure. That's it. We will no longer be driving a Chevy Camaro after this race. I am done with the Chevy team. Unbelievable how this has happened to us. Brake failure may not harm us too bad. Of course, if we have to pit under green, we're going to have to get on the pit road a lot earlier, and we can't make any sudden slam on the brakes to avoid people things, so we have to be really apparent to what's going on. But yeah, you're leaking brake fluid is what he just said right before we started. Unbelievably stupid. A lot of cars will be pitting in the next probably 5 laps or so we're just going to kind of hang out where we are. I'm pretty sure that all of these cars have to pit in that period of time, so we might as well just chill out back here and let it happen what will happen. No reason for us to fly up through the pack just to get involved in something because we don't have brakes and can't make sudden slam on the brakes moves and then end up, in trouble. So we'll see how it pans out. We've got a nice little bubble between us and 25th and 26th. We have one more pit stop to go. So that part's good, but it's on this track, not having brakes is probably the only okay time for that to happen, but I already said it. Another mechanical failure, and we're not riding with Chevy anymore, and, well, there it is. Or for the role-playing aspect, I realize it's just a paint scheme on a car, but, live into it, folks. Live into it.
Car low. All clear.
Just hanging out here. It's hard not to because the draft really kind of is pulling me up into these cars, but they're spread out enough. Like I can get in front of Hermie here, for instance, and then go into the corner. Off the brakes, or off the gas. Never touch the brakes. Just kind of casually get back on the gas and roll with it. We're going to get little touch, little boop to McCabe. Yeah, it showed up. That sucks. A little more than a boop, I guess, but whatever. Atwood comes down, gives us a little door hello, but it's no big deal. Ward Burton, the first of the leaders, going into pit road. Assume every lap going forward, that's what we'll see.
Still there. Car high.
Paying attention to what's around me while I'm making the moves I'm making. Coming off the gas quite a bit earlier. Obviously, because we can't hit the brakes.
All clear.
It's like Sterling Marlin setting himself up to go on a pit road this next time. Maybe Tony Stewart as well. Definitely Sterling Marlin. There's no reason why he would have been running that. Okay. Definitely wrong. He's just running an extreme inside line. I moved up the track because of it, and it didn't actually benefit me at all. All right. Hey. Allman, you're a lap down, buddy. All right.
All clear.
Gonna try to get to Chris Enoch here, move him up so that we have some room.
Still there. All clear.
We do have a little bit of brake, so we can do some things, but
The 6th car is headed into the pit.
I was worried about that, actually. Not anymore. Dave Blaney deciding he wanted to come down where we were, so that didn't work out for him very well.
All clear.
Oh, that's going to bring on a caution.
Clear low.
There's nothing I could do about that. I don't have brakes, and there he was. So, 13 in the tank. We're going to stay out, obviously, because we can't fix the brakes anyway, so why would we leave?
There's a wreck in turn 2.
Expect the leaders to pit now under caution, so we're back out in the lead, but unfortunately didn't get the benefit of them being a lap down or anything. So that kind of sucks. But it's all right. We'll restart this one in 3rd place. Nope, 4th place. We didn't get to him in time. But we're back where we should be.
The race is going green.
And anytime in the next 6 laps, we could pit and be in line for the rest of the race. Truly, anytime in the next 3 laps we could pit and be in line for the rest of the race.
Car low.
Oh, Chris Enoch getting a run through 1 and 2 on us.
Still there.
Get the run off, but still, that was crazy.
All clear.
That was crazy. It's kind of important to me, honestly, that this either goes green or the caution comes out before we have to pit. And the reason why is because, or, you know, within the window that we have to pit, because then we don't have to use our brakes to get on the pit road. I've yet to test. Even, I mean, when you have brake fluid leaking, you technically have a little bit of squishy brakes, but if we were on a short track, we'd have to back the corners up probably half the freaking track length, half the straight or back stretch or front straight. I'm not really sure where, like, what is up with the other drivers as far as pit stops go. Obviously, I know that the cars that we were trying to get back up in front of pit under the caution, as we started off in first place, as we should have. We lost out on any kind of fun strategy there, but that's all right. I definitely want to take this car to the limit on the fuel tank without having to pit, mainly for the hope that if a caution does come out, we're on the track when it happens. Because it would be just our misfortune that a caution comes out and we're not. We're on pit road, as it's happened to us multiple times before. So it's 23 left, 7 in our tank. Let's actually keep you guys with me here. And we'll do our speed up in the next round, hopefully, because we're out front. That's how that'll work. Otherwise, it'll just be a longer video. We've only had 2 speed ups, I think, in this video. Technically 3. We kept the speed up going after the caution, if I'm not mistaken. I know, you'd be like, dude, you just did it. How can't you remember? I have no idea. I completely just focus on what's in front of me right now when I'm racing these games. Yeah, we still can brake fairly well. I hit the brakes. I tapped the brakes just to see what it would do in the corner. And I mean, it's not good, but it does slow down. I need to know that because if I do have to pit under green, I'm going to have to get on like halfway through the corner and just brake it all the way through just to guarantee that we can actually slow down enough before we get on the pit road. Maybe I'll come down a lap early just so that I can be absolutely sure that we can slow down. If we can't slow down on that first attempt, I can pull off and get back up on the track. We'll lose position, but it's just the only way that I can keep it safe, I guess. I don't know what else to say. 5 left in the tank. We'll monitor that. Yeah, aside from that good old brake issue, we were running another fantastic race overall. That's been kind of the trend of this season, so honestly, going to the manufacturer and basically telling them they haven't lived up to the contract that we had in place with them our entire racing career, and
20 to go.
switching over to Ford or Toyota will be what you see next. The reason why I picked Chevy when I first picked it was because out of the 3 cars, I thought really the Chevy just looked super cool, but the other 2 look good too. I've made adjustments to them since that first series I did, the Lost videos. That series, stuff wasn't lined up quite right and things like that. It was good, but it wasn't the way it is now. Now everything's lined up really well and all the painted on effects look good, so I will be selecting one of those 2. I'll probably actually just do a randomizer and let it select it that way. We will see. But upsetting to know that, honestly, when I pull off, when I do, and 2 laps at the line, but when I pull off the track to go onto pit road, I don't know if we're going to have enough brake. So I have to risk my own just to ensure that we get on to pit road safely. Got 2 left in the tank. I do feel confident that I can do it, so I'm going to actually bring it around this next time. I don't want to even... Well, no, I won't. We're going to pull off this time. Pull off this time right here. All right. Oh, shifting down was the only reason why we were able to do that. We would not have slowed down enough, but I downshifted twice and it slowed us down more. Last pit stop for us, though, folks. Best thing that could happen here is that it runs green the rest of the race. That hasn't happened for us in the past, but that would be the best thing for us. We'll get back up on the track, knowing that nobody is right on us. And it's just a matter of being able to get through, I don't know, 10 laps or so before the rest of them pit. We are not a lap down, so if a caution were to come out and they were to pit, we'd be back in the lead, so that part's good. We've got 20 in the tank, coming at the line. It should be 18 to go. 16 to go. Okay. Oh, I was off. Well, that's good for us then. We have plenty of gas in the tank. Nothing to worry about there. Just going to drive around. We're actually going to drive around. This was my intention why I wanted to stay on the mic for the last run. We're going to actually speed things up right away here and come back as the action comes up, probably with 5 or so to go. We'll be back on the mic at that point. Otherwise, we'll come back when there's a caution.
Car high. All clear.
All right, 5 to go, and I don't know if Stuart, Marlin, and them have to pit again or if they already did their gas and go, because that's what they're doing. They're not doing a full-service pit. And so we might have gotten screwed again. We may have missed the mark again. As we did a full-service pit stop because we had a full run to do. And they didn't.
Still there.
Guess we'll find out here at the end, but what it's looking
All
like.
clear.
That's bad. That's very bad. That's bad, 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 bad. Okay, that could have been worse. Nope. Oh.
Carlo. There's his
Oh, Gordon gets us back. Gordon got us back. Got himself back too, though. No caution. Why would there be a caution? Cars everywhere on the track.
Car high. Car low.
I mean, if this isn't our season, I don't know what is. Honestly. I shouldn't have tried it. Trying to get to the top, you know, the other guys. Wow.
Car low.
Yeah, we're in trouble now. We're all messed up. We're so messed up now. Engines damaged, radiator damaged. 13th. Oh. Wow.
Car low. 2 to go.
All right. Nothing I can really do here. Again.
Car low.
Again. All right. Well, won't even be a top 10. Somehow. All right. Not somehow. I mean, we saw what happened. They made gas and goes, and I had it lined up. I didn't think about it. I had it lined up for us to
Last lap.
pit like we pit, thinking that was the right answer.
Car low.
And they would have to pit later. They would have to pit that extra
All
time,
clear.
but it didn't matter.
Car low.
All right. I guess I'm not sure what to do. You know? I'm not sure what to
Stay
do.
high. Still there.
We're going to finish 13th. After again leading so much of the race. Probably the most laps again. But brake failure was why that wreck just happened. Couldn't do what I needed to do to stay where I needed to stay. Huh.
That's worth a few points.
Oh, not enough. Tony Stewart finished 3rd. Yep, we led. Well, no, maybe not the most laps. I didn't check that part because I'm looking. We got the 2 stars. I think it's pole position and leading laps. Maybe it is led the most laps. It doesn't matter. 134 points, but Stewart got 170, so he'll be back in the lead. Top 5, Rusty Wallace, Sterling Marlin, Tony Stewart, Dale Jr., Dale Jarrett. The weather was clear at Michigan, and it brought some good driving with it. Rusty Wallace took first place on June 10th. At 13th place finish after qualifying first will put us in 2nd place overall. Well, the next episode will be fun as we get to take on Infineon Raceway with a bunch of cars that are much faster than they were before. Sadly, the only reason why we did fairly well at Infineon and at Watkins Glen was because we actually were able to use lap traffic to our advantage. I'm not sure that's going to happen here. But also in the next episode, we'll unveil the new car being a different manufacturer. Anyway, folks, that is going to do it for this episode. I do hope you enjoyed the episode because it's a struggle. So, you know, encourage. That's the key word of the day. Encourage. Encouragement. Anyway, I'd like to take a moment out to say thank you so very much for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. And until next time, and of course, as always, you take care.